All right. Well, welcome to our last weekly business training for our February series. It's been a lot of fun being able to support you guys. We've really been talking about the business building guide that doTERRA has released, and this is free on in PDF format on Empowered Success. doTERRA.com/US/Empowered Success, I believe, is the correct website, and all of the Empowered Success training is completely free to us. Most of our business training is completely free, and so I really want you guys to utilize and lean in to what's available to you. I was on a call earlier for Precious and Emily and Anuhia's team that they were hosting for them. Um, and what I was telling them is how small our investment into our business is, right? We're not looking at our LRP order as a business investment to make commissions, because that's something that we would have gotten as a customer investing into our health. So when we're looking at the amount of money that we're actually investing into our doTERRA businesses, it's so small. You might be buying some samples. You might be maybe using points to redeem some products that you can use for promotions, right? Or maybe you're just straight up buying a couple extra oils that you want to give out as prizes, giveaway, or incentives. Then you're looking at trainings, and trainings are all free. doTERRA has an Empowered Success podcast. They have an Oil Solutions podcast, one for builders and one for customers, right? And then we have the Empowered Success line of training, and that is all free, and that is all created by top leaders in doTERRA. And so I love that. Again, our business investment is so small. If you start a business anywhere else or on your own without a company backing you like doTERRA, which is another reason to love the network marketing model. doTERRA has lawyers. doTERRA did all the groundwork. doTERRA does all the sourcing. doTERRA does all the bottling, the product. We don't buy products. Some other network marketing companies, right? You buy the product and then you have to sell it in order to make profit. And this is just not like that. So again, our business investment is like this small. If you want to get this business building guide, you can get it printed, or the live guide, the share guide, the build guide, the launch guide, the natural solutions class handouts, essential oils made easy tear pad. Those are all in your doTERRA shop under the business section, and this is $10. And so in the other trainings, I kind of went over some of the areas of this. Last week, we did a kind of an open discussion, so I'm not allowed to record and post that. But it was fun, and I'm glad that we talked about those types of topics for you guys, and I could help you work through some maybe blocks or curiosities that you may have had that might be obstacles in your business. Okay, so if you look at page 68, I want to talk to you about support. Okay, it's simple enough. If you think about it in this way, how much effort and time and energy and follow up that you did to get people from your hundreds list and contacting them, getting them to a class, reminding them about that class, doing the presentation, and then following up with them, right? And then enrolling them. That was so much. Like, I think every time you get an enrollment, you should pat yourself on the back or like clap, because that was hard work. That's only the beginning. The second part. So we call doTERRA, or we say in doTERRA, we have two enrollments. The first enrollment is getting them enrolled. The second enrollment is getting them on LRP. Okay. So we look at the pipeline, PIPES, prepare, invite, present, enroll, support. Support is that part of the pipeline that's going to actually carry on your residual income. And that just means that this is what the doTERRA business model is about, is having a residual income that builds over time. It's not a get rich quick, right? And so when you're doing the support pipe, part of your pipe, that's really where the second enrollment of your business is. So the amount of effort, the time, the presenting that you put into your people to get them to enroll, you're going to want to do the same for support. And so your support pipeline can look like, if you look on page 69, there's an actual like time timeline and a layout and scripts of how you can support your customer when they enroll. And I think this is pretty cool. But okay, I should just read this. I was going to tell you what I do, but we should really look at this. And then you guys can always form it into what you feel is best for your people and your business. Okay. So after you enroll someone, while they're waiting for their kit to arrive, you want to begin a text or email sequence, like a welcome letter or a drip campaign. Some of you are using ECC, Essential Connection Co. and Project Broadcast. Some of you aren't yet. I'm gonna have you hold off on that and wait a second because they're creating a different program that we're gonna use. And so once they finalize that, okay. Once they finalize that, then I'll have Mile and Essential Connection Co. present that to our team. But you can use email, you can use text, and basically what you want to do is welcome people to your team, explain their membership benefit, and get them on a welcome call. And so here's a little script here for you. And for those of you who struggle with scripts, and I do sometimes as well, this is laid out right here. So while someone's waiting for their kit to arrive, oh, it's okay, Jay, no worries. This is what you can say to them. Because you're investing in your health, I want to invest in you and give you the best tips on how to use your products. Our next step is to set up a call where in about 30 minutes, you will walk away with a wellness plan, knowing how to order and receive bonus products and find solutions anytime. How does that sound? Question mark. Okay, wait for the response. Remember on our second training, I talked to you guys about typing a message, ending it with a question, and waiting for the response. Okay. And then they say, yeah, that sounds great. I haven't had anyone tell me no, thank you. Except for a couple, maybe they'll be like, oh, I'm not really comfortable with phone calls. I like text better. And then I kind of shift that for them. I'll explain that in a second. All right. So if they say yes, then you're like, great. You're going to be super straightforward with them. I have Wednesday at 1 or Thursday evening after dinner open, which is best for you. Instead of being like, great, when are you available, right? It kind of creates like a haze, and you're gonna have to go back and forth to get real clear. Whereas you can just be like, hey, so for me, for my customers, I have designated days. So I do welcome calls on Thursdays and Saturdays. Is there any time do you have any time on your schedule available that's gonna work for you? Question mark. And I wait for their response, and we get that on the schedule. If someone absolutely will not do a welcome call with me, what I did was I recorded a YouTube video on Zoom, and I walked through. I was like I would do it on the phone or in Zoom or in person. I recorded it like I'm talking to them, and I'm holding open the Live Guide, and I recorded that. I uploaded it to YouTube, and I send this YouTube video while I mark who I did a welcome call with and who didn't. So I'll send them an email if we did a welcome call and be like, it was so nice to talk with you. Here's a follow-up. Here's the Live Guide I went over. Let me know if you have any other questions. And then if people didn't do a call with me, I'll be like, sorry, I missed you. Here's a video, a recording I made for you of what I go over. If you ever decide to schedule a welcome call with me, here's my link or whatever. Okay. All right. Then you want to add your contact to a management app. Say you have text or email sequence that you kind of organize and plan out. If you don't, use a spreadsheet. Don't overthink things, but I think systems are really important, and that's something that I have learned through the years, and now I have a system. So I don't use Excel. I use a program called Streak that's part of Gmail, and then I also use a texting sequence that I explained earlier. Okay, and what you want to set up. Okay, the day before your wellness consult, you want to just text a reminder. I'm so excited to dial in together on your 90-day plan to support your health priorities. In preparation for our call, you'll want to watch the first video at the top of this page. Oh, interesting. It's giving you an actual link, tiny.cc/daily-wellness. It's just over 10 minutes and will help make the most of our time together. Ooh, you guys, I'm so excited. I never knew of this. Tiny.cc/daily-wellness. And this is like in Empowered Success. So I'm guessing they made this video so that it can support us in our businesses. And what I like about that is they're having our person watch a video first before they jump on the call with us. Okay, 3 to 10 days after their product has arrived, you're doing a wellness consult. Your wellness consult is between 30 and 60 minutes. I try to keep mine to 20 to 30 minutes. Okay, because otherwise it's too much for them, for mine anyway. Do what's going to work best for your business. Okay. What you want to do in your wellness consult or your membership overview or your welcome call is connect products to their health priorities, integrate doTERRA into their lifestyle, help them set up a daily wellness plan, and you'll see that page on the Live Guide. Maximize their membership through LRP, help them log into place and change orders, connect to resources and community, and then C, invite and share to and build. Invite to share and build. What you want to know is if they have any interest in hosting rewards, like hosting classes, or if they want to share oils to earn product for free. And what you want to do is the reason why you're doing a wellness consult in 3 to 10 days, when you go through something like that, you're going to understand if they're going to do LRP, they want to get their free oil of the month, and maybe you want to place them in Power of 3, or you know what leg you want to place them on, right? And if you ask them if they're open to hosting a class or building the business, and they say, yeah, I want to host a class, or, you know, I'm kind of interested in the business, then you may want to spend time diving a little deeper on another call and seeing if they could be a wellness advocate on your team, to where you place them in your structure according to their level of commitment and what kind of goals they have. And if you've built your team on placeholders, we went over placements in our second week. If you have placeholders, you want to find people to swap into these positions, and you won't find people to swap into these positions unless you have these conversations. And the best time to have this conversation is with a new enrollment within their first 14 days of enrollment, so you can get real clear with them and see what they're looking for. Okay. All right. After that, that is like a super important time. When someone enrolls and you're following up with them, you're doing the welcome call, you're seeing what kind of role they want to play in doTERRA, customer, sharer, builder, right? After that, like that was your second enrollment, getting them on LRP. Sometimes that doesn't happen, okay? So what you want to continue to do every month, communicate the promotions, the incentives. You want to share tips and new product announcements. The biggest thing is education. And then a lot of customers really like to know when a product that's out of stock comes back, or there's a really special promotion that's happening, like this month's 200 PV promotion. And then you want to promote continuing education opportunities, or help them go into a drip campaign, which is like automated education that gets delivered to them through email or text every few days for about like a 60-day time span. If that made your head spin, don't worry about it. Just know that maybe eventually you want to get into systems so that you can support your team, but you're not spending all your time doing all these types of education, and you can spend more time doing connections and communications one-on-one. Okay. Here's a script that you can tell someone about the every month communications. My customers love being in the know about promotions and essential oil education. Would you like me to add you to my VIP customer list? Ooh, that's fun, right? And so maybe your VIP customer list is an email list or a texting service. Now, periodically, you want to make customer support calls. You'll notice it's a call, not a text or a DM. You want to make customer support calls. You also want to offer follow-up wellness consults to reevaluate their daily wellness plan. A popular one is just texting someone and asking them, hey, how are you doing with your oils? Are there any oils you haven't used that I can help you use? Or I can share with you how I use that oil. And that way they're not just sitting on products sometimes, or if they're too scared to ask you for help, you're right there asking them, hey, I'm here to help you.
what kind of oils are you struggling with, you don't know how to use, or oils that you've never opened before, or how, just basically, how are you doing with your oils? Tell me about your favorite oil. Okay. Um, Connect them to wellness lifestyle education that grows confidence and product knowledge. If you notice that you have some customers that don't order in 60 days, you want to reach out and look at pages 75 to 78. Otherwise, things that you want to invite them to after that is hosting classes and building. With experience, customers naturally build belief in doTERRA and the products and grow in their desire and willingness to share what they love. Some will emerge as hosts and builders when invited to expand their involvement. Now, earlier I mentioned that the second enrollment is LRP. A lot of the time, you'll get people on LRP because of that welcome call. And that's why that welcome call is so important. A lot of the times, you'll find builders and sharers in that welcome call. But I also mentioned that not everybody signs up for LRP right away. What usually happens if my customers don't sign up right away, they'll actually sign up about 3 months later. I found that is like the sweet spot. 3 months later, when they've kind of used their oils and like, I need more oils and I'm more open to other products. And so I might as well just get the rewards and do the monthly program, right? And then I get them on LRP. Another reason people who aren't on LRP shift to LRP is when they have a life change, like something happens in their family that is a huge health change, or they have a child and it like dawns on them like, I should probably use natural solutions, or maybe they're trying to get pregnant, and so usually it's like a life change, or they're just like, they wake up one day and they're like, I want a full natural lifestyle. I already have a doTERRA membership. Why not take advantage of that? Okay. All right. Top tips. A financial pipeline is a result of caring enough to change lives, not just once, but continually. Remember, every member on your team is a customer. Take care to authentically and consistently connect with your customers and empower them to meet their own needs. Keep engagement high, sharing how the doTERRA products support reaching wellness goals and living an empowered life. Build trusting relationships by keeping your word and doing the follow-up within your time frame, like this time frame that's set out, right? Within 14 days, welcome call every month, communicate specials and education, periodically give them customer support calls or texts, okay? And then build trusting relationships by keeping your word. Use a proven tracking system to track reminders. Page 71, 72, it really goes into how to do a welcome call using the Live Guide. 73 goes into continued education, online resources. There's just so much good stuff in here. 75, nurture your customers. Here's some scripts on how to connect and discover during a follow-up call, how to add value, how to wrap up your call, how to, add-on scripts, community invites, continuing ed invites, like how to invite people to continued education calls, scripts on how to offer promotions. That's so cool, you guys. For those of you who struggle with what to say, everything is right here for you. For example, how to tell someone about a promotion. I wanted to be sure and share with you about an exciting offer. By placing a minimum 200 PV order this month, by the end of the month, you're going to receive a full free set of these 4 On Guard products. Is that something you want to take advantage of? Okay, and you end it with a question. So if you guys ever stumble on what to say, you're like, oh yeah, I should tell this person about this promotion. Well, what do I say? The scripts are right here in here, page 76. Okay, so again, if we're talking about the support pipeline, as much energy you put into enrolling someone, make sure you do that in the support. And that's how you're going to build a solid business, because people are ordering every month. And then you're going to hit higher, bigger ranks, and you're going to grow your team larger. Because it's one thing if you're enrolling and you're getting in all this volume, but then your volume kind of like is back down really low the next month, and then you have to enroll even more people just to hit that same rank. Does that make sense? But if you're enrolling people, you're getting them on monthly orders, you have an average volume every month. Then any new enrollments that come in adds on to that, and you're going to start hitting new and higher ranks. Okay. This is the last section. The next section is on finding builders. That's exciting. And then the last section is on personal development. Okay. Is there anything that you guys want me to go through, because we have 8 minutes, that you want me to really focus on? You guys are okay? I really just want you guys to use this guide. There's just so much in here. Just even the first pages of what, like, setting your goals and how it just lays out how many hours a week. If you want this income and you want to reach this rank, how many hours a week do you need to dedicate to that? And how to work through your names list and how to time block your week according to what goal you want and the hours that you need to dedicate. Okay. And if you don't want to buy this printed guide, I do know we had a builder go to a print shop, but I know it was way more expensive than $10. And I like that this is a spiral, because you can actually open it and fold it and all that. I love spiral notebooks or guides. Okay. No questions? Nothing pressing? Okay. Well, then let me just talk to you guys about finding business partners, now that we know how important that support pipeline is. Okay. How many of you are confident in finding builders? Two people raise their hand. Oh, wait, I couldn't see Clay. Clay, maybe? No? Not yet. We're getting there. Okay. And nobody else has their video, so I can't tell. Okay. And that makes sense. Kristen, you have a lot of personal builders. That makes sense that you raised your hand. The only thing that sets Kristen and I apart from the rest of you guys is that maybe we just broke through some fears and we're not afraid to talk to people about the business, because you guys have the same potential that we have in finding builders. Okay. So look on page 81 and you're going to go through, when you have time, how to find business partners. I do believe that this is a business that is about you. You are going to be the example and you are going to lead from the front, because you have to be deserving to find business partners. Does that make sense? For me, it doesn't make sense if I'm not really teaching classes, I'm not enrolling anyone, and then I'm like, hey, I want to find business partners. And then these business partners are going to come on and it's like, what do I have to share with them if I don't even know how to do pipes? And am I going to expect them to do all the work? Am I going to expect them to be better than me or to carry on my business? Because at the end of the day, that's their business. I need to be the owner of my business and step into ownership and leadership and hold myself accountable for doing each part of pipes. And the other thing is, how am I going to mentor a team if I don't know how to do all this, or I don't have the experience to walk them through any blocks that they have, because I've already worked through those blocks. Yeah. So I think, one, it's going to start with you. And if you've ever seen that reading by rank book list that I highly suggest, in this business, the 2 tips that I can give you with growing your mindset and your beliefs and your personal development is, 1, doing your Be Smart or Savers routine every day. And the second is reading a book from the reading by rank list and working through that whole list. One of those reading by rank books in the elite rank is named Making the First Circle Work. I love that one. It was a super easy read, like just work through it. And basically what it was saying is that you can, put in all kinds of effort to find builders and business partners and all that, but it's going to start with you. You're the first circle. And so making the first circle work is what's going to then duplicate through your team so naturally. you're going to find builders so naturally because you're doing all the things. Okay. So when you're looking at building a business, I have shared before that I did build to silver with placeholders on my front line, but I did have builders under them. I did find builders along the way. Aiko and Naomi, they're my first two builders. And so they might have not been on my front line. I might have been building with placeholders on my front line, but they were down here, who ended up turning into my qualifiers. And then I ended up having these qualifiers down here. Okay. So you can absolutely build to a rank like silver with placeholders on your front line. And you're the one that is doing like all the growth and all the pipes, right? But you're going to slowly start to find builders that are going to join you on this journey because you're inspiring and because they see you doing the work and because they see you doing the classes and, talking to people about the business, talking about the business. That's a big thing. And then they just see you like in it for the long run. And when people see you in it, that you're committed, what do people see you as? Right? Do they see you as someone who is doTERRA, like oil girl? Do they see you as someone who is committed to their business? Do they see you as someone who's always showing up? Because if they do, they're going to build trust. And then a lot of people are actually going to tell you, hey, I want to build a doTERRA business, especially customers that you already have in your pipeline that are placing monthly orders because you've already done the work educating them. Okay. So when you're educating people and you're getting them to enroll, then you're supporting them and you're enrolling them in LRP. All of those skills then contribute to you finding builders. Now you're enrolling builders and you're putting them into the support pipeline, and they're going to keep on building and growing because you've supported them through their business and launching their business because you're doing all the things as well. Okay. That's really my message for you because you can read through this on your own. This stuff, finding business partners and like where to place them, how to train them. There's scripts right here. How to invite people to build with you. For example, are you open to new business and income opportunities? Question mark. Are you open to learning how you could create an additional income stream with doTERRA? Question mark. It's wonderful how much you enjoy using essential oils. I'm just curious. Have you thought about sharing with other people and making an extra paycheck? Question mark. Do you see how easy questions and conversations can be opening up to finding builders and just like starting a conversation like that? I definitely use the third one. I look through customers who I talk to all the time, who I feel like we've connected on a personal level and who are really excited about their oils, passionate. Maybe they share it on social media, but they usually share with me a lot. They're always texting me like, hey, I love this oil, or hey, what do you use this oil for? Or how do you apply it on your kids? And I can just see the passion behind loving their oils and easily sharing with it. And so I think those are perfect candidates. They're already ordering every month, so they would qualify for commissions if they start building. And I just reach out to them. I'm like, hey, you're a really good customer. I really like you. Like I literally say this. You're a really good customer. You love your oils. You're excited. I really like you. I just thought, why not ask you if you've ever been curious about the doTERRA business side? Or I'll say, have you thought about the doTERRA business? And you know what? When I ask those types of specific people that question, they usually respond with, yeah, I've actually been thinking about it and I wanted to reach out to you, but I was scared. And I'm like, well, good thing I reached out to you. And then we kind of just see if it matches up. Not every builder who says yes to me will work out. But at least we were able to get there and figure it out. And it's not like they were just left wondering like, hey, could that business work out for me, or is the doTERRA business for me? At least we had the conversation, we had the business overview, and maybe we tried to launch and they figured out for themselves that it's not for them. You'll find other builders or sharers who decide to share. Then you'll find builders who were not so confident in the beginning and they just shoot up. And all they needed was you to show them what's possible and to hold their hand a little bit and tell them that they can do it. And then they just soar. Okay. So use this guide. There's just so much gold in here. And I want you guys to be successful in your business, whatever that looks like to you. whatever your definition of success is. And so if there's one thing that I can leave you with, it's what is your definition of success in your doTERRA business? What does that look like? What does that feel like? What does that sound like? Okay? Because that right there, that's so unique to you. And then share that with your upline, your mentor, and they can support you right there. Okay? Alrighty. 8:32. Anybody have any questions?